Information complaint. I provided letters, exact copies of the letter that I have in my hand. I would like to either have Chairwoman McConnell read it, or I can read it, whatever is your pleasure.
Since it's public information and the public session right now, I think it would be in order if you read it.
Okay, all right. It may have a bearing on agenda item number 8. It is dated December 7th. It's a request for a finding of noncompliance and civil penalties. It is from me. It is against Police Commissioner Steve Chukta. It is against Police Commissioner Frank Conroy. It is against Police Commissioner Chairwoman Lucy McConnell and the Seymour Board of Police Commissioners. On November 8th, 2012, the Seymour Board of Police Commissioners held a meeting at the police station located at 11 Franklin Street in Seymour. The meeting was attended by all 5 members and met the quorum of a full board. Members of the meeting disclosed that item number 6, old business, listed in quotes, executive session, personnel interview candidates for detective sergeant impending vacancy and possible take action, end of quotes. At approximately 7:45 p.m., the board voted to go into executive session to interview candidates for the claimed detective sergeant impending vacancy. In attendance was the full board of police commissioners. In addition, Police Chief Metzler and Lieutenant Sikowski were invited to attend the session. The meeting minutes disclosed that the chief and lieutenant came out of executive session after attending for 2 minutes at 7:47 p.m. At 8:23 p.m., when candidate 1 was called into executive session for his job interview, the chief and lieutenant also entered the meeting room again to attend as spectators. They remained as spectators as candidate 1 interviewed from 8:20 p.m. until 8:50 p.m., as candidate 2 interviewed from 8:55 p.m. to 9:15 p.m., and as candidate 3 interviewed from 9:20 p.m. to 9:33 p.m. The entire board moved and voted to officially come out of executive session at 9:45 p.m. As a result, the chief and lieutenant inappropriately remained as spectators during the interview process for a total of approximately 1 hour and 25 minutes. State Statute 1-231 states executive sessions clearly state that at an executive session of a public agency, attendance shall be limited to members of said body and persons invited by said body to present testimony or opinion pertinent to matters before said body, provided that such persons' attendance shall be limited to the period for which their presence is necessary to present such testimony or opinion, and provided further that the minutes of such executive sessions shall disclose all persons who are in attendance, except job applicants who attend for the purpose of being interviewed by such agency. Upon conclusion of the executive session, the board took no action on the appointment of a detective sergeant. It is quite evident that the Board of Police Commissioners violated State Statute 1-231 by allowing non-commissioned members to attend the executive session as spectators while improperly excluding members of the public to the meeting. This denial is especially egregious since some members of this commission appear to assert their own rules and authority in matters of consequence. Notably, the same 3 members identified in this complaint were found to be not credible by a Freedom of Information Commission hearing when they provided testimony during a previous complaint. The town of Seymour had to hold a workshop on March 4th, 2011 to educate all of its officials of the FOI rules and regulations. Consequently, the preponderance of evidence justifies my request that the Commission find 1, that the Board of Police Commissioners held an illegal executive session when they invited non-commissioned members as spectators. 2, that the executive session and all interviews be declared null and void. And 3, that the Freedom of Information Commission impose a substantial civil penalty of $1,000 each for the 3 individual members listed in my complaint. A video will be made available as evidence at the time of a hearing that may take place by the Freedom of Information Commission. Respectfully submitted. Ronald Goodmaster.
Thank you for your information, Mr. Sergeant.
You're welcome.
And I believe each of us have a copy of this. You don't have a copy? Do you have a copy available?